What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the House with Dre's podcast. And today we are doing my favorite TV shows and movies. I have my list right here, right there. Y'all can see it right there. Y'all probably can't read it. That's okay. You don't need to read it. You don't need to read it. I did top five of my favorite TV shows, and then I picked certain movies for different genre, like action, adventures, animation, comedy, drama, fantasy, historic, horror, romance, science fiction, thriller, and western for my movies selection. Of course, these are just my favorite. You let me know down in the comments section what is your favorite top five TV shows, and then out of those ones I just named of movies. Let's get started with the TV shows. At number five, we got Kim's Convenience. Kim's Convenience happens to be a Korean convenience store, and the owner and his wife runs the convenience store, and sometimes the son does too. Not all the time, but sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. And just a random stuff that happens. There's a bunch of random stuff that happens, whether that's because of people coming in there talking about something, whether that's because they got stuff going on the side. Bunch of stuff just randomly happening in the shows, and shows like that I definitely enjoy. It's fun. It was fun. It's on Netflix, by the way. It's on Netflix. You can definitely check it out on Netflix. 5 seasons. Could have gone longer. Definitely could have gone longer. Sadly, it did not go longer. I wish they did because it'd have been. So you have a bunch of stuff going on. If you hear some stuff in the background, I got my daughter in her bouncer right now, so you gotta be all right. But there's a bunch of stuff that goes on to the show. I feel like it could have went longer than 5 seasons, quite honestly, in my personal opinion. But they said 5 seasons is good enough. Holes in the water, you know, it's them holes right there. 5 seasons is good. Everybody got their own stories going on. They always got their own drama going on a episode by episode basis. I thought it was personally fun. I thought it was very funny. Um, great moments, great moments. I think they were supposed to do a spin-off with one of the I want to say the son's boss that he was flirting with, quote unquote flirting with. They supposed to do a spin-off with her, but I guess that never happened. It got canceled or something like that. That sucks. I don't know if she should have just had her own show. I mean, I think she's pretty cool, but I think her and the son, if they was together or something, then they had like a spin-off for about a season. I think that'd have been fine. But yeah, I had fun watching this show. You should definitely watch it. Like I said, it's on Netflix. It's called Kim's Convenience. Fun stuff, fun stuff. I forgot who put me on to that, but shout out to y'all. Y'all are great. That stuff was fun. At number four, Albert Elementary has definitely rise up there to my favorite TV shows of all time. Man, it's the combination of everything, right? You got teachers that's teaching, so you got some old school teachers, you got the new school teachers. You mix those in, what's going on in today's society. It's wilding. It's fun. I enjoy it. Tyler James, the one who played off of Everybody Hates Chris, who played Chris and Everybody Hates Chris, he's in it. So you know me, I'm a big fan of him. Big fan of him. So watching, I say, yeah. That's what I like right there. It's some good stuff. I definitely enjoy it. They got everything is school related, but everything is so random still. I as you can tell, that's kind of up there. My top list like that is a bunch of random stuff that goes on between random stuff and continue the storyline. I'm 100% a fan of that. Kind of with the weird. I think the weird part about my list of TV shows was I couldn't think of TV shows like that. You know, a lot of TV shows, I just couldn't think who I would put in my top five. I was gonna do top 10, but I struggle with top five, let alone a top 10. And I know some of y'all probably have some sitcoms and some comedy and stuff. I mean, that's fine for your taste, not for my taste all the time. I need a little bit of extra randomness to my episodes. And yeah. So out of Elementary, they're on a pause. They're not done yet. They're not done yet. So the whole writer strike thing happened. So I don't know if we're gonna get a season 3 or not. I don't know. That's on Hulu if you want to watch it. Like I said, I don't know if they're gonna get season 3. Hopefully they do. Hopefully, because I got to get more. I need more of that. I need more of that. I need more of that. I think my mom put me on that. So shout out to moms. Shout out to you for doing that. At number three, Atlanta. 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 Yes, Atlanta. Man, oh man. Oh man. I'm already a fan of Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. So All thing this did was just he had a TV show. Cool, I'm in it. And yes, I've been in. I watched the entire season, every single season. Uh, 4 seasons. I did 4 seasons. I think they had 4 seasons. Hulu, by the way, all on Hulu. It's either 4 or 5 seasons. The last, I want to say the last season and a half. I want to say season. I said the last season and a half or so. I don't know. They like it was already a bunch of random stuff that goes on a day-to-day basis. Basically, a rapper named Paperboy. He dropped an album, and everybody knows him. Paperboy, trying to get that money, boy, type deal. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. After that, it was just trying to capitalize off of that success. He wasn't trying to keep rapping and stuff for too long. He just wanted to do the rap music and then move on to doing other stuff. TV shows, of course, it's kind of like what today rappers are supposed to be about. You're not supposed to keep. There's a lot of rappers in the game that continue to rap for years and years and years, and then there's other like Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Chameleon, where they rap for so long and then they'll stop rapping, or they even doing one hit thing like Chameleon or whatever. He was known for his one hit or whatever, and they go from that, and then they start investing in companies and stuff. I think 50 Cent owns a water company or bottled waters or something like that. So he's gonna always keep getting money. Rick Ross, Wingstop, of course, you heard that in some of his rap songs. Wingstop, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know what he all does. Jay-Z, part owner of the Brooklyn Nets NBA team. So I think in this show it was like trying to get to that level of success. And Paperboy's cousin, Earned, aka Donald Glover, was trying to help him get there too, while also trying to get his stuff up too. So you have that going on, dealing with Atlanta stuff in general, Robin season, people just doing random stuff all together, fun stuff. Mix that in with eventually they're going out to seas and what they have to do with dealing with the clubs and stuff. There's an episode to where they go to the club and he supposed to just doing an appearance, and then after doing the appearance at the club, he's supposed to get paid, try to get the money. The owner said, I ain't paying you nothing, and this is how much you're getting. Paperboy said, nah, F all that. We've been here all night. Good stuff. It's some good stuff. One of those episodes, I think it might be the same episode or later on. Michael Vick. Michael Vick showed up at the very end of an episode, racing people for fun, hustle money. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We got a bunch of random stuff. But that like I said, the last season and a half or so was really random. They was overseas. I think they was in New Amsterdam. I want to say it was something like that. And it was just I enjoyed random stuff, but I was just like, this is kind of weird now. This is getting weird. But you knew the series was ending. They had said the series was gonna be ending soon or whatever. So they did what they did, and I'm like, all right, cool, cool. I got cool. Enjoyed it, definitely enjoyed it. It's on Hulu. Watch it, definitely watch it. At number two, this one has arguably been my number one, but this is number two. My Wife and Kids. Anybody that knows me knows I love My Wife and Kids. That's my go-to show. Always have been, always will be. I've already been watched it once. I was currently been watching it again, and I'm about to been watching it one more time because it's all on Hulu. And I'm just like, yeah, give me all 5 seasons all the time. Great stuff. I definitely enjoyed that every single time I watch it. Every single time, love it because it's. I think a lot of parents that don't believe in whipping their kids or whatever, this is the show you should do. This is the show you should watch to get some parenting tips. Because that's when I'm gonna get some of my parenting tips when they get a little bit older. When my kids get a little bit older, oh yeah, because they don't whoop their kids. No, they don't. No, they don't whoop their kids. Instead, they make life lessons, and it's very enjoyable and it's very fun watching them do that instead of just, oh man, I'm just gonna beat the kid and call it a day. No, because now they can make them learn life lessons. We're gonna make you do X, Y, Z, and experiment and certain stuff just to see how the kids respond to what's going on. Definitely love it. Definitely recommend it. I'm always gonna recommend it. It's my favorite TV show of all time. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. My favorite comedy, my favorite sitcom. I think Janet Cow, who's what's her name? Tisha Campbell. I believe her role in this is better than it was in Martin. Yes, I'm stamping on that. She was better in this than she was in Martin. And Martin, She cool, it was decent, but it's the Martin show. It was always about Martin. Here, this allowed her to actually expand on her character, expand on her doing her own comedy stuff, and make her stuff be more funny, make her stuff stand out more. This one, in my personal opinion, did better than anything she did in Martin. And I don't care what y'all say. And I know there's some Martin fans out there. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. I know y'all big time Martin fan, but you can't sit here and tell me that Tisha Campbell didn't become Tisha Campbell until My Wife and Kids, in my personal opinion. I'm taking that over Martin all day long. All day long. Y'all can go back, y'all can go arguing back and forth between the two. But we gotta remember Martin is about a single man pretty much with his girlfriend in the apartment living, doing his thing, trying to make it. Cool. No disrespect. My Wife and Kids, literally a man and a wife, had 3 kids, made his own trucking company. Now he's dealing with their teenage years, their little daughter, and then their middle daughter, and then their oldest son. All three at different stages, but they all get treated the same. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. My personal opinion, like I said, Tisha Campbell became the GOAT, became one of the best all time in here. All time. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you think. My personal opinion. And then finally, my number one TV show of all time, How to Get Away with Murder. Yes, I had to put my cousin on that. My cousin got onto that whenever he was up here on the podcast. He jumped in that mud, dropped through all 5 seasons. He enjoyed his time. I enjoyed my time. It's to me, I think that's one of the best TV series of all time, mainly because how much stuff that was going through. We get the something that happened, and then we get the build up to what happened, and throughout the first and that every season, whatever happened at the end of that, I mean, whatever happened to how we get to this point, we just build into it. We give little clues here. We get try to make y'all connect the dots until everything is showcased in the season finale. Love it all the time. Definitely love it. I have not rewatched it. I need to rewatch it. Pretty sure it's still on Hulu. I think Netflix got it too. So these are all accessible. This is all you can access all this. Easy work. Easy work. What's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The lady who played I forgot her name. I don't know. Let me let me get her name correctly because I'll be forgetting. Because she's played in a lot of stuff since then, and since then she's been goaded. She's always been goaded too. Uh, Valala Davis, that's her name. Goat. She became a goat. She became a goat in this. She became the goat. 6 seasons, epic stuff. Not gonna spoil anything, but every season it gets better and better and better. The season finale. I mean, the last season was even great too. I felt like they could have done a little bit more, but I felt like that was during COVID years, so they was kind of a lot of shows got hit hard with the COVID years, and when the COVID years hit, as you know, it's kind of iffy when the COVID years started happening, and they had to push back on a lot of projects. That's when some of the stuff actually went downwards, in my personal opinion. So that sucks. But How to Get Away with Murder is my number one show. A show that I should have put on here, and I think this one would have been number three. Gotham. I forgot about Gotham. Yep, Gotham. DC's Gotham. So basically, what happened in that show is this is like Gotham without Batman. Bruce Wayne's in it, but it's not. He hasn't became Batman just yet. So this is everything that happened beforehand. Fish Mooney running around, the Falcons running around, and we're following Detective Gordon before he became Commissioner Gordon. So James Gordon, he haven't became commissioner yet, so this is all before him. Basically, it's kind of like his rookie season as a detective, like a rookie detective or whatever, and he has to learn Gotham and trying to change Gotham for the better. Mixed in with all the crazy people coming in, with all the big time villains coming in. Some of the villains, some of the best art they did is up in there. Some of the best villain origins came from there, in my personal opinion. Some of them not too well, and the problem was is that the DC higher ups refused to allow them to call certain characters their name. Right? We have we had, like I said, Bruce Wayne eventually Batman appeared, but in TV series they won't allow the TV series to allow Batman to appear. They'll let Bruce Wayne to appear, but they won't let the Batman appear, which makes zero sense because it's like, hey, we this DC, that's ridiculous. That's like Marvel. That's like Marvel running TV series and refusing to let Iron Man or Spider Man or any of those heroes appear. Sorry, I had some problems. So, what was I at? Yeah, but I felt like it was the COVID year, so it kind of messed up a lot of stuff. Gotham definitely a goated series too. Not on Netflix no more. I don't think. I don't know if it's on Max. It should be on Max, but go to series, go to series. So let's move over from a TV series over to the movies and stuff. Like I said, I have a list. So for my action, it was a three-way tie for action. It was the Underworld series, it was Logan, and it was the Dark Knight. Three-way tie for that action position. Underworld, all of them was good. No, I can't say that. The first one, the second, third, and to an extent, the fourth one was good. Of Underworld, the Blood Wars was not good in my personal opinion. I didn't enjoy that at all. The Blood Wars of Underworld was not good at all. And the reason why it wasn't that good is mainly because some of the stuff that happened since then, like it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. But the first three was great. The fourth one is hit and miss a little bit, and the fifth one was. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Logan is probably my favorite one, mainly because it was old man Logan Wolverine slowing down. Um, it was getting old. I almost cried in that one. I almost cried. That was the only one I almost cried in. I ain't gonna lie. Almost did. Loved it. Have to rewatch it. I have not rewatched it in a very long time. I haven't watched it at all for a second time, quite honestly, because I'm like, I don't want to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. Though. I need to. In the Dark Knight, the Joker is my favorite DC villain. Um, awesome. I like seeing him working, man. That was a good stuff. Heath Ledger did his thing. Christian Bale did his thing. This movie did his thing. So it's a three-way tie between the action. If I had to go with one of them, I'd probably say Logan. I'd probably say Logan as my number one, and then Dark Knight, and then the Underworld. I'd probably do it like that. Logan, Dark Knight, Underworld in that order. For adventure movies, give me Jumanji, the original Jumanji, not the updated one, the original Jumanji. I felt that was more interesting because now they do video game where they was in a video game and they get trapped in Jumanji, which okay, that's kind of cool for the up to date, but I like the board game idea way more and the consequences of that. I think that was way more. It's more than just oh man, here you go, video game. It's like that's just me though. Animated, it's a tie between Big Hero 6 and Megamind. Megamind I watched first for the first went to the theaters and watched it, I believe. I had fun watching that. Definitely had fun watching that. It was different. We got to see the villain become the hero. The villain wins and then becomes the hero eventually. Definitely love that. Definitely different compared to a lot of other animated shows that came out or have done anything. And then Big Hero 6, I just enjoyed it. I loved it. Fa la 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 la. Loved it. I don't know why. I just love it. I just one of my favorites. Between, like I said, those two are tied. I can't decide. I can't decide who I want one and two because they both did something for me. So I'm gonna take both of them. Got to. Comedy, life. Life is comedy. Yes, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence did they thing in that movie. That movie was great. It was funny. It's a mess up situation, but it's still they got so many iconic punchlines that you can use still to this day. Love it every single time. Friday's up there too, and other movies is up there, but I think Life for me takes the whole cake in my personal opinion. Whole cake. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Apparently, he must be coming back to doing some movies eventually. I think they said Beverly Hills Cops #4. He supposed to be back for that. I know he was rumored to supposed to be doing a stand up, which I don't know if that's still supposed to be happening or he got canceled. I don't I don't know. But Eddie Murphy in today's era, ooh, he gonna get in trouble. That's why I do know. Dave Chappelle got in trouble, and I know his style would get in trouble. I know he would. For drama, Gangs of New York. Gangs of New York. If you have not watched that, you need to go watch that. Yeah, I love everything about it. I love everything about it. It's basically where what are they Italians? I want to say the Italians move into New York and if you know America's history, they're not a fan of foreigners, especially during that time frame of the 19, I think that was like 1940s. They was doing the movie in or so. So we had Leonardo DiCaprio was playing in it. Cameron Diaz was up in there doing her thing too. Uh, very fun, very fun roller coaster ride. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies. Definitely one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite movies. For fantasy, I couldn't decide. I couldn't decide. I put Harry Potter, even though I only seen the first movie, and that's about it. I haven't seen all of it. The reason why I put Harry Potter, potentials, but I can argue what is that called? Narnia with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I could argue that because their fantasy was off the chain. Also, I have not watched any Star Wars or Star Trek, or I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, or I ain't seen none of those stuff. So that's why I put down Harry Potter. The fantasy can go anywhere. They can go it's anywhere. It's literally anywhere. So I didn't know which one to pick. Quite honestly, I still don't know which one to pick if I had to pick and choose. But right now, I'll go Harry Potter for now. It'll definitely change. For historic movies, I went Glory Road. That one was based off of the first one of the first teams. I say in Texas that had black players playing the game of basketball with white players and other races. Not only that, but I know their main. Hold on, we're almost done. It's also made for where the in the finals of the championship that the coach decided to just play nothing but the black players to make history, and they won. I think it was only like 7 players deep for when they did that. So that's what they did. Really good historic movie. Historic movie, really well, really well. Y'all for the horror side of things, I got Insidious. It was almost a tie between Insidious and Conjuring universe. But I was like, nah, give me Insidious universe over the Conjuring universe, mainly because Insidious had so much chapters and so much more details they could have done, but they decided not to. And I'm like, oh man. The whole idea um astral projecting and they used that as part of the film. That was crazy, in my personal opinion. That was crazy work that they did. So I definitely enjoyed the differences they did. And then the more movies they made, the more in depth they went with farther and stuff like that. So I definitely enjoyed that. Definitely enjoyed that. The next one is romance, which I don't care too much about romance movies. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of fantasy movie romance. I don't really care too much about romance. That's just me. But I had to pick one. She's out of my league. Yeah, yeah. You ain't watched that. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't do romance much, so that's my favorite romance. I've seen a lot of different romance movies, and I was like, give me She Out of My League because that's my ish. Basically, a guy who's trying to date pretty much what they call a 10. And he was like, "This man, bro, you're like a 5 at best." And she's just way out of your league. It's like, dang, dude, like, there ain't no confidence in this mother. Plus, it's always the awkward. A lot of the characters I like in the 2010s and stuff growing up watching movies was the awkward ones. So he was kind of awkward too. So yeah, he's easy to get into. Science fiction, The Fifth Element. Oh, I could almost argue fantasy, but I didn't want to put the same stuff in the same movie in the same categories because that's just cheating. You're not expanding. The Fifth Element, man, bars. They went crazy with that movie, man. That's movies. Why we don't get movies like that anymore? You know, we don't get movies like that anymore. So yeah, The Fifth Element. It's been a while since I watched it. It's been a very long time since I watched The Fifth Element, but to me, it still holds up to this day. Still good stuff. Still really good stuff. Surprised, but I probably if you watch it back nowadays, you'll probably realize some people that's in there. You like, why they like? Dang, I didn't know they was in this movie. It's one of those. You're like, oh, I didn't even know so and so was in this movie. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Uh, for thrillers, I put Shutter Island. This movie me and my mom watching the theaters when they first came out. Basically, watching a patient be a watching a patient be a detective, and it's crazy. It's messed up and it was crazy, but it was a thrill of a ride with all the action they was doing and everything that was going on and that happened, and then basically end up just doing it again. Crazy work, crazy work, crazy work, crazy work. Good stuff, but crazy work. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio again, the GOAT. Finally, from last one is Western. I cheated on this one. They said this is a Western movie. I don't really think it really is, but hey, they said it is, so I'm taking it. It is Django Unchained, of course, because it's not the original Django's, it's the Unchained one. Uh, it was fun. It was a good movie. I watched that multiple times. We went to the theaters watching it like 2 or 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. But right there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody's watching. Anybody that's watching. Those are my top. Those are my top movies and TV shows. Of this is my stuff. That's just my stuff. On the channel, whenever you see this, it should be out on Wednesday or something like that. I'm gonna have some anime reviews dropping. Also, I've recorded a handful, and I still got some more to record. I'm gonna get back and recording a lot of more anime reviews, so you can have anime reviews in between podcasts that y'all can look at. Of course, if you're not a fan, that's okay. You can just wait until the next podcast. Hit like, comment, subscribe, share everywhere. Pretty please try to get the podcast out there and get it rolling. Any questions, any podcast ideas or topics that you want me to go over or do, leave it down in the comment section here on the podcast episodes. Don't put it in anything else. Any other ideas that you have, whether that's regarding the channel, regarding me recording, anything like that, when it comes to wrestling, anime, basketball. I got a basketball channel. Anything. Let me know down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys on the next podcast.